wasn't so bad. We did have a few fights that were pretty interesting, and we now have a forever MMA meme, so you can't hate that, right? UFC London is this Saturday, and it's starting a little early because it is in London, so a little brunch and punch, shall we? Yes, please. It's not the most exciting card again. However, we did get some news this week about a rematch that I am really excited for. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev, UFC 294. That's happening, and I am ready for it. We're going to have to wait, though, because it's not going to be until October. It's going to be worth the wait, though. Now, 2 of the 3 fights that I'm going to talk about involve fighters who have a lot of experience. However, I don't think that the experience is going to work the same for both. I think it's going to help one and hurt the other. So let's just get into it. First up is Andre Muniz versus Paul Craig. I know there's a lot of Paul Craig fans out there. However, Paul Craig, he's coming in with no reach advantage. He's a little older, he's a little shorter, probably not going to work in his advantage, and he also has less experience. However, both of these guys like to submit their opponents, so you know I like to see what other methods people use when their go-to method is also their opponents. Now, Andre, he has won by decision before. Paul has not. So it might be key for Andre to keep this on the feet and not get too crazy, because Paul Craig does like to take people down, and that's usually where he wins by submission. So if he can stay on the feet, I think that will work in Andre's favor. Also, looking at their losses and their resumes, Paul's isn't as impressive to me as Andre's. So Paul is coming off of 2 losses. His last loss was against Johnny Walker. Andre, he's coming off of a loss, but it was against Brendan Allen. There's a little bit of a difference between those 2 fighters. So for me, I just think Andre is a more well-rounded, skillful fighter. So like I said, if it stays on the feet, I could absolutely see Andre winning, but you never know, maybe he'll submit a submitter. Either way, give me the experienced, working in his favor, Andre for the win. Next up, moving on to the co-main event between Molly Meatball McCann versus Julija Stoliarenko. Now, Molly, she's not a submitter. She wants to either knock you out or usually wins by decision. Julija is a submitter. Now, Molly's last loss was from a submitter, Erin Blanchfield. So this may work in Julia's favor because she wants to submit her opponents. However, Julija hasn't won in a while. Her last win was against Jessica Rose Clark. Now, all due respect, I like Jessica, but a lot of people beat Jessica. She's not even in the UFC anymore. So I'm not really impressed with that. I think Molly's really going to come out and try to prove something. Maybe she's going to try to get out from Patty's coattails. So I think she's going to come out in Molly Meatball style, a lot of pressure, really try to knock Julija out within the first round. I don't know. I can see that. If Julija can get this to the ground, though, then she can absolutely win this. She does have a little bit of advantage. She's got a 6-inch reach advantage. She's taller and she's younger, Julija, but if Molly just keeps the pressure, keeps pushing her, I can see Molly coming out with a win here. So, come on, Meatball. And last up, the main event between Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura. Now, if you're good at math, then you probably know, there's one more fight about experience that Victoria was talking about. That's this one. Marcin has double the experience as Tom. However, I don't think it's going to work in his favor. He just does not seem to have the trajectory where he's going in the right direction. I think he's going out the door direction. I don't know, I could be wrong. I just don't think he has that spark in him anymore. Tom, however, does. He said he wants a heavyweight title, and that's what he's been working towards over the past year. He hasn't fought in a year because he got that knee injury in the Curtis Blades fight. So he is coming back solid, ready for redemption. He wants to prove something. I think this is all working in his favor. He's going to come out super determined, really trying to showcase his skill. I think it's going to be too much. Way too much for Marcin. So, honestly, give me Tom for this one. It might seem like an easy pick unless something crazy happens. But let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. You can follow me on Twitter because I love to tweet as the fights go on. I like to see what other people are thinking too. We can all live in the moment no matter where you're living. So I'm all for it. Maybe you're in London and we can all tweet together. Who knows? But I'm excited, even though it's kind of a lackluster card, but hey, it's still Brunch and Punch, and I'm excited, so let's get it.